horn. State your register.
Shafwan, Banaparian, Onyashala.
Sha'afwan Banaparian Banyashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakata.
Yahweh Hashem Shabbat. Yun, which means wine.
Bayasharala, which means Israel.
Shapar, which means horn. Reminds me in the room. So, when you have to do, which means stand, turn, face east. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abram'S, Shabbat Shemayim,
Bashamaya,
Pradashaya,
Radashaya,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Balakka,
Balakka,
Gabaa,
Gabaa,
Ratazak,
Ratazak,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Baratiza,
Baratiza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashamaya,
Thunwanau,
Thunwanau,
Come,
Kam,
Kalyum,
Kalyum,
Wasalakno,
Wasalaknau,
Kowakno,
Kabawaknau,
Kasalakno,
Kasalaknau,
Kowakino,
Kabawaknau,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Kabayano,
Kabayana,
Manasseh one,
Nasaya one,
Ball,
Ball,
Awashino,
Awashino,
Ayun,
Ayun,
Ra,
Ra,
Hayat,
Ayah,
Makab,
Makab,
Balakwa,
Balakwa,
Ba'ala,
Ba'al,
Bahata Parat,
Ba'ata Parat,
I will love you,
Hallelujah,
Amen.
Amen.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Hallowed,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom
thy
come,
will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
forgive us our
as
debts,
we forgive our debtors.
we forgive our debts,
And lead us not to temptation,
lead us not to
but
temptation,
deliver us from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be.
So be it.
Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yahweh Shah,
Ba'akashah,
Baruch Shah,
Thunwanau,
the Thunwanau,
Hakak,
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 Arba,
Arba,
Kal Kala,
Kalmakala,
Komarawa,
Kalmarawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Mutazariah,
Mutazariah,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lakuyum,
Lakuyum,
Hamaki,
Hamaki,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Awakawa,
Awakawa,
Atamala,
Atamala,
Laharashun,
Laharashun,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yahweh Shah,
Waraman,
Waraman,
in the English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
please give us the power.
Please give us the power
Power to heal.
to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of
All
sickness,
manner of disease.
all manner of disease,
Power to cleanse the lepers.
power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to raise the dead.
power to raise the dead,
Power against unclean spirits.
power against unclean
To
spirits,
cast them out.
cast them out,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah Yanya.
Asha'ah Yanya,
Al-Hari.
Al-Hari,
Ma'yan.
Ma'yan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Izari.
Izari,
Izari.
Izari,
Ma'an.
Ma'an,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Asha,
Shemayim.
Shemayim,
Baratiza.
Baratiza,
Aliyathan.
Aliyathan,
Alawat.
Amawat,
Regalim.
Regalim,
Ayyanawum.
Ayyanawum,
Shamar.
Shamar,
Anat.
Anat,
Ayyanawum.
Ayyanawum,
Ayyanawum.
Ayyanawum,
Shawamar Yasha'al.
Shawamar Yasha'al,
Yahweh Shamar.
Yahweh Shamar,
Yahweh Tazalta.
Yahweh Tzal,
Aliyah Yunka.
Al-Yadim Yonka,
Yawamam.
Yawamam,
Ashmash.
Ashmash,
Ayakaka.
Ayakaka,
Wayrach Balayla.
Wayrak Balayah,
Yahweh Yashamar.
Yahweh Yashmar,
Bakal Ra.
Bakal Ra,
Yashamar.
Yashmar,
Afnapashta.
Akapashta,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Hazak.
Tazak,
Wabawaka.
Wabawaka,
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha,
Ida Walum.
Ayyalam,
The English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
so neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming in,
and thy coming
from
in,
this time forth,
from this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayim,
Al-Hayim,
Al-Damiyalika,
Al-Damiyalika,
Al-Karash,
Al-Karash,
Wa-Al-Tashquat,
Al-Tashquat,
Allah,
Allah,
Kayahanah,
Kayahanah,
Wa-Yabika,
Al-Yabika,
Yahamiyawud,
Yahweh,
Wa-Mashanayika,
Wa-Mashanayika,
Nashaw,
Nashaw,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimika,
Al-Aimika,
Gairiyungu,
Gairiyungu,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Wa-Yathayai Tazawah,
Wa-Yathayai Tazawah,
Al-Tazawawunika,
Al-Tazawawunika,
Amaru,
Amaru,
Makawa,
Makawa,
Wakakir,
Wakakir,
Goya,
Goya,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Hezekiah,
Hezekiah,
Shem Yashal,
Shem Yashal,
Kaiwa,
Kaiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawah,
Nawai Tazawah,
Lab Yachadi,
Labikah,
Alika,
Alika,
Rayah,
Maria,
Harafa,
Harafa,
Ahali,
Ahali,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Shemali,
Shemali,
Moab,
Moab,
Hagari,
Hagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Aimuan,
Aimuan,
Aimulah,
Aimulah,
Kalashat,
Kalashat,
Aimishak,
Aimishak,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Alawat,
Alawat,
Imam,
Imam,
Ayawat,
Ayawat,
Zarwat,
Zarwat,
Bani Lawat,
Bani Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalam,
Aishalam,
Amadi,
Amadi,
Siyasara,
Siyasara,
Yabi,
Kayab,
Manakal,
Manakal,
Bayashma,
Bayashma,
Shemadu,
Shemadu,
Bayandahar,
Bayandahar,
Ayawat,
Ayawat,
Imam,
Imam,
Ladama,
Adama,
Shethamwa,
Shayathamu,
Nadiyabu,
Nadiyabu,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Kazab,
Kazab,
Kazabak,
Kazabak,
or Katazalmana,
Kazalmana,
Calling Sayakum,
Kalasayakamu,
Shah,
Shah,
Amaro,
Amaro,
Ayarashah,
Ayarashah,
Manawat,
Manawat,
Ah, Nawat,
Nawat,
Al-Hayy,
Al-Hayy,
Al-Hayyat,
Al-Hayyat,
Shayathamu,
Shayathamu,
Galo,
Galo,
Kwash,
Kwash,
Panyarakah,
Panyarakah,
Ta'ash,
Ta'ash,
Ira, Ira,
Ira, Ira,
Kalahaba,
Kalahaba,
Dalahat,
Dalahat,
Hari,
Hari,
Kantaradap,
Kantaradap,
Osiris,
Osiris,
Ogasopaka,
Basupaka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Ala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panya,
Palwan,
Palwan,
Waivakwash,
Waivakwash,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashwa,
Bashwa,
Waivahal,
Waivahal,
Ida Ai,
Ai,
Waivakar,
Waivakar,
Waivabadu,
Waivabadu,
Waivadaru,
Waivadaru,
Tayyah,
Tayyah,
Tha,
Tha,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Vodka,
Vodka,
Aliwa,
Aliwa,
Al-Kal Haratazah.
Al-Kal,
In the English, keep not thou silence on my power.
keep not thou silence on my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
And
peace.
be not still on my power.
Be not still, O thou.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
lift up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consult against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come,
They have said, Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a
that
nation.
the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
Hagarim,
Hagarim,
Baal,
Baal,
Ammon,
Ammon,
Amalek,
Amalek,
Philistine,
Philistine,
and the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of
The
Tyre.
sword also is joined with them.
The sword also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto
as
them,
unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
and the brook of Kison,
Brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor,
which perished at
and
Endor,
became as dung for the earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zehed.
like Zahab.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all the princes of
and
Sabbath,
as Zalmunna,
and Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High in possession.
the houses of the Most High in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As they stumble before the
As
wind.
the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy temper.
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid of thy storm.
And make them afraid of thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may see thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
And men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
Is Yahweh.
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
Amen.
Prayer for the power, structure, and healing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Allah
Why Allah?
But Tazav Yahweh Wak Yahan.
Yahweh.
Allah Wak.
Allah.
Ha Sarun.
Sarun.
Ha Patazayan.
Yahweh.
Ha Khayal. Wa Akwati. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahweh Shah. Wa Ahmad. The English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Mike.
And Mike.
The angels.
And angels.
Men in General Yahan.
And General
General.
General.
Captain.
Captain.
The officers. Troopers.
Troopers.
Assistants.
Assistants.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah,
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses,
And evils and curses.
punishment and destruction
Punishment and destruction.
to the heathen
To the heathen.
that speak against us,
Speak against
our
us.
prophets,
Yeah, prophet.
the teachers,
The
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the school.
In the
school.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses.
punishment and destruction
Punishment and destruction.
to the heathen,
To the heathen.
and shake loose
Shake loose.
the treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
They refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches sanctuaries to thy sanctuary.
Force their riches into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses.
punishment and destruction
Punishment and destruction.
to the Edomites,
To the Edomites.
the nations,
The nations.
their drug
The
dealers,
drug dealers.
court system,
Court system.
prison system,
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood,
Planned
all
Parenthood.
the governments of our enemies,
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek, synagogues, and armies,
Amalek, synagogues, and
the
armies.
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope,
Pope.
Islam,
Islam.
Christianity,
Christianity.
Egyptology,
Egyptology.
militia,
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation.
skinheads,
Skinheads.
posse comitatus,
Posse comitatus.
gay movement,
Gay movement.
the lesbian movement,
Lesbian.
spies,
Spies.
workers of witchcraft,
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program,
That's the space program.
the Army,
The Army.
Navy,
Navy.
Air Force,
Air Force.
Marines,
Marines.
Wall Street,
Wall Street.
Open up the internet,
Open up the
and
internet.
the airway,
And the airway.
the cable access channel,
Cable access
and the
channels.
radio channel.
And radio channels.
Convict the spirit,
Convict the spirit.
any of thy people
Any of thy
that
people.
seek to stop us,
Seek to stop
and
us.
bring swift destruction
Bring swift destruction.
to all the heathen
To all the
that
heathen.
stand in the way,
Stand in the way.
and try to stop us
Try to stop
from
us.
broadcasting your word
Broadcasting your word.
throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
That loose all the plagues,
That loose all the plagues.
cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro.
through the earth,
Through the earth.
and consume them.
Consume them.
The plague shake the house of the thief,
And the place shake the house of thee.
and the murder.
And the murder.
But Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai, Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and
come
Gabriel.
down with flying saucers,
Come down with the flying
and
saucer.
punish all the heathen
Punish all the
that
heathen.
come up against us,
Come up against
as
us.
we speak thy word.
And speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all.
that it is the angels that have done
And
it.
it's the angels that have done
Cause it
it.
to be spread through the media,
Cause it to be spread through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at that coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be.
So be it.
Sorry, face the front. Shabli, which means be seated. We're right back here, rocking it out in the Sabbath service. We are in Genesis 14 again. And let's dive right into it, because we're still with Abram and Sarai and Abram's journey. Let's see where they're at.
So in that, Genesis, you got it? 14.
Yeah, 14 and 7.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 7. Vayash Shemawah Wayabawa, Al, Ayan, Mashapat, Awa'ah, Quadash, Wayakawa, Ah, Kal, Shaddai, Haimalakya, Wagam, Ah, Amariah, Ayashab, Bakatazazan, Damar. Verse 8. Wayataza'ah, Malak, Saddam, Wamalak, Imarah, Wamalak, Adamah, Wa'alak, Wamalak, Bala'ai, Hawa'ah, Haza'ir, Waya'irakawa, Atham, Malakamah, Ba'imak, Ashadyam. Verse 9. Ah, Kadarala Imar, Malak, Ayalam, Watada'il, Malak, Goyam, Wa'amarapal, Malak, Shana'ir, Warayawak, Malak, Alasar, Arabaya, Malakayam, Ah, Hakamash. Verse 10. Wa'amalak, Ashadayam, Ba'arah, Ba'arah. Wayanasawa, Malak, Saddam, Wa'imara, Wayapalawa, Shema, Wahanasha, Arayam, Ara'ah, Nasawa. Verse 11. Wayakokawa, Ah, Kal, Rakash, Saddam, Wa'imara, Wa'ath, Kal, Akalam, Wayalak, Wa. Verse 12. Wayakwakwa, Ah, Lawat, Wa'ath, Rakashwa, Ban, Akya, Abaram, Wayalakawa, Wahawa'ah, Yashab, Basadam. Verse 13. Wayaba'ah, Apalyat, Wayagad, La'abaram, Ha'abarayah, Wahawa'ah, Shakan, Ba'alanya, Mamara'ah, Ha'amarya, Akya, Ashakal, Wa'akya, Ainar, Waham, Ba'imal, Ba'ilya, Barayath, Abaram.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 7. And they returned and came to En-Mishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites. and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazion Tamar. Verse 8. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Adamah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zoar, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim. Verse 9. With Cheddar Laomar, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5.
So this is describing what's going on in the area around Abram at this time. The kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, and all the cities around there were joining together to go to war. Keep going.
Verse 10. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and fell there. And they that remained fled to the mountain. Verse 11. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. Verse 12. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed.
So remember, Lot, when Lot and Abram parted ways a couple weeks ago, we read about it a couple weeks ago. When Lot and Abram parted ways, Lot went to Sodom, and of course we're going to find out more to that story shortly. But Lot is living in Sodom, and he got caught up in the middle of this war, and they snatched him up and his goods and left. Keep going.
Verse 13. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite.
And remember, Lot is Abram's nephew. Keep going.
Brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram.
So they told Abram what was going on, and back to the Hebrew. We're going to see what happens.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 14. Vayashamai, Abaram, Kaya, Veshabah, Akyawa, Vayarak, Ath, Kanyaka Yawa, Yal Yad Yah, Bayathwa, Shemana, Aishara, Washalash, Mawath, Wayardadak, Aid, Dan. Verse 15. Wayakalak, Al-Yaham, Layala'ah, Hawa'ah, Wa'ibad Yawa, Wayakam, Wayaradaf Pam, Aid, Kawabah, Ashar, Mashama'al, Ladamashak. Verse 16. Wayashab, Af, Kal, Arakash, Wagam, Af, Lawat, Akyawa, Warakashwa, Ashayab, Wagam, Af, Anashyam, Wa'af, Ha'ain. Verse 17. Wayataza'ah, Balak, Saddam, Laquara'athwa, Akarya, Shawabawah, Mahakawaf, Af, Kararal, Imar, Wa'af, Amalakayam, Ashar, Athwa, Al, Imak, Shawah, Hawa'ah, Imak, Hamalak. Verse 18. Wamalakaya, Tazadak, Malak, Shalom.
So that while Malakia Tazadak, Malak Salam, this is Melchizedek in the Hebrew. Malak Tazadak means king of righteousness, and then Malak Salam is king of peace. This is really a title, and this is an appearance that we're going to go into, but if you want the full breakdown, the whole chapter of Hebrew, the whole 7th chapter of Hebrews goes into what Melchizedek means and what this really means. But this is a brief appearance, and this is a foreshadowing of Christ. Keep going.
Awatazaya'a, Makam, Wayayan, Wahawa'a, Kahan, La'al, Al-Yawan. Verse 19. Waya Baraka and Wa. Waya Amar, Barawak, Abram, La'al, Al-Yawan, Qana'ah, Shamyam, Wa'arataza. Verse 20. Wabarawak, Al-Yawan, Ashar, Magan, Tazaryak.
That's Tazaryak, your enemies.
Tazaryaka, Bayadaka, Wayathan, Lawa, Ma'ishar, Makal.
And back to English.
Okay. Genesis chapter 14, verse 14. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318.
So as soon as Abram heard of what was going on, he armed his trained servants. Meaning, because we talked about how Abram was kind of balling at this time, right? He had land, servants, whole herds of animals. And when he heard this was going on, he had servants that was already trained for war. He just got them ready. He said it's time to go. Abram had a whole army at his command. This brother was, listen, keep going.
The Most High was doing it righteously.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? He went to the fire. He literally went to the fire.
He went
with
through
his son. Yeah, with his son.
Yeah, and y'all Christians out there want us to picture Abram like an old man with a beard with one goat out in the middle of nowhere. This brother was damn near a king. Because the Lord blessed him and the Lord was with him on his entire journey. Remember, the whole reason him and Lot parted ways was because they both had so much in the way of possessions, people, land, everything, that they agreed that they couldn't be together. It's like they said, this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
That's right.
Because the Lord was with him, and the Lord blessed him. The Lord blessed him with everything that he could possibly want, and we're about to find out that the Lord's going to bless his inheritance. Keep going.
Verse 15. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus.
So he didn't hesitate. He rolled out with his trained servants. They divided, meaning they split up, went different ways at night, and smoked them and knocked them out. Keep going.
Verse 16. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people.
Abram was a whole action movie star. He heard they came and told him, Hey man, they came, they rolled up on Lot. They got Lot. He went back. He got his own personal army, armed up everybody, went out at night, smoked all the kings of all the cities in the area, came, got Lot, got all the women, got everybody, and came back with everybody. Came back with everything they took. He took it all back overnight. But y'all Christians, y'all just want to, y'all want to turn this into a kid's coloring book story. No, keep going.
Verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. Verse 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
So Melchizedek, king of Salem, which as we just broke down in the Hebrew, just means Melchizedek is king of righteousness, Malak Tazadak, and then king of Salem, king of peace, which is Malak Shalom. So this is a title more than it's a name. They translated it this way, but this is really a title. This is an appearance and a foreshadowing of Christ. When you go into Psalms 110:4, it gives a prophecy of Christ that he will be a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. And in Hebrews, the 7th chapter, it breaks it all the way down, how Christ was a priest after the order of Melchizedek, because there was never a Judite priest, but the priesthood must needs be changed. Get that whole breakdown in Hebrews 7, but basically this is an image of what is to come. Keep going.
Verse 19. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High Power, possessor of heaven and earth. Verse 20.
When you're blessed of the Most High God, who is the possessor of heaven and earth, you're blessed, and nobody can mess with you. Keep going.
And blessed be the Most High Power, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all.
So Melchizedek blessed Abram, and Abram gave tithes to Melchizedek, which is a major point that explains what this means. Abraham had such respect to Melchizedek that he gave his tithes to him. This is long before there was any Levites to give tithes to. Abram gave his tithes to Melchizedek. And now Christ is our priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. And that's why if anybody asks you, well, y'all got Levites today? Y'all got Levites serving in the temple? No, you bonehead, you don't read the New Testament. They really try and come, they try and come, these clowns online. That's one of the things they say. But y'all Israelites, so y'all got Levites serving in the temple, right? This is the answer to that. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 21.
Oh, back to the Hebrew. Perfect.
Wayamar, Balak, Saddam, Al.
You said, what was the last scripture that you went to?
This,
In Genesis 14 and what?
we're at 14 and 21 right now.
It should be, right, it was from,
Should be 14 and 21.
let me check that. I thought it was
Yeah,
chapter
the last one,
number 22. I thought it was chapter number 22.
Yeah, no. Keep going. The water.
Verse 21. Al-Abram, Than, Layah, Anapash, Waharakash, Kwak, Lakah. Verse 22. Waya Amar, Abaram, Al, Malak, Saddam, Harayamath, Yadya, Al, Yahweh, Al, Yawan, Qana'ah, Shamayam, Wa Arataza. Verse 23. Lakawat, La'id, Sharawak, Na'il, Wa'am, Aquak, Bakal, Ashar, Lakah, Wala'ah, the Amar, Anya, Aisharathya, Ath, Abram. Verse 24. Wala'idya, Rak, Ashar, Akalwa, Anaaryam, Wa Kalash, Wa Kalak, Hanashim, Ashar, Alakawa, Athya, Ainar, Ashakal, Wa Mamara'ah, Ham, Yakwakwa, Kalakwam. Genesis chapter 15, verse 1. Akar, Hadabaryam, Allah, Hayah, Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Abaram, Bamakazah, La'amar, Al, Daya Ra'ah, Abaram, Anakaya, Magan, Lakah, Shakaraka, Haraba'ah, Ma'ad. Verse 2. Waya Amar, Abaram, Adanya, Yahweh, Ba'ah, Thathan, Laya, Wanakaya, Hawalak, Ibyarya, Waban, Lashak, Vayathya, Hawa'ah, Damashak, Alya Izar. Verse 3. Waya Amar, Abaram, Han, Laya, La'ah, Nathatha'ah, Zara'ai, Wahana'ah, Ban, Vayathya, Yawarash, Athya.
And back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 14, verse 21. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. Verse 22. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Most High power, possessor of heaven and earth. Verse 23, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich.
So the king of Sodom tried to cut a deal. He said, give me those people that you snatched up. I want the people, and you can keep the goods. Abram said, no, I don't want your goods. I don't want anything that you can take credit for me being rich. Keep going.
Verse 24. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their portion. Genesis chapter 15, verse 1. After these things, the word of the Most High came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. Verse 2. And Abram said, Most High Power, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus?
So Abram's like, sounds good, Lord. I hear you talking about all these blessings, but I don't have any children. I got this Damascus guy running my house. He's going to take it over if I die today. Keep going.
Verse 3. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir.
And so the Lord's going to respond. We're going to go back to the Hebrew first.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 4. Wahana, Dabar, Yahweh, Al-Yawah, La'amar, La'ah, Yayarashaka, Za'ah, Kaya, Am, Ashar, Yataza'ah, Mama'ayaka, Hawa'ah, Yayarashaka. Verse 5. Wayawataza'ah, Athwa, Hakawataza'ah, Waya'amar, Habat, Na'ah, Hasham Yama'ah, Wasapar, Hakawakabab Yam, Am, Dawakal, Lasapar, Atham, Waya'amar, Lawa, Ka'ah, Yahaya, Zaraika. Verse 6. Wahaman, Bayahawa, Wayakashaba, Lawa, Tazadakwa. Verse 7. Waya Amar, Al-Yawah, Anya, Yahweh, Ashar, Hawa Taza'athika, Wawar, Kashanyam, Lathathan, Lakah, Ah, Ha'arataza, Haza'ah, Lawashafa. Verse 8. Waya Amar, Adanya, Yahweh, Bama'ah, Ara'ai, Kaya, Ayarashana. Verse 9. Waya Amar, Al-Yawah, Kwakah, Laya, Igala, Mashalasha, Wa'ais, Washalash, Wa'aya, Wa'aya, Mashalash, Wathar, Wagawazal. Verse 10. Wayakwak, Lawa, Ah, Kal, Allah, Wayabathar, Atham, Wathawakah, Wayathan, Ayash, Watharawah, Laquara, Raihawa, Wa'ath, Hatazapar, La'ah, Bathar.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 4. And behold, the word of the Most High came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine hair, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine hair.
So the Lord said, don't worry. You are going to have a seed that's going to be your heir. Keep going.
Verse 5. And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. He shall slake it. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be.
So if you can count the stars, then you can count what your seed is going to be. And that obviously came to pass. To this day, what does everybody talk about? The Abrahamic religions. The Abrahamic religions. Because damn near the entire planet is covered by somebody that traces back to Abraham. Now, of course, the Lord only chose one lineage out of Abraham's descendants. But all of the rest of that, that's still a blessing for the whole world to trace back to you. Keep going.
Verse 6. And he believed in the Most High, and he counted it to him for righteousness. Verse 7. And he said unto him, I am the Most High, that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. Verse 8. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? Verse 9. And he said unto him, Take me an heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. Verse 10. And he took unto him all these and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another, but the birds divided he not.
So divide them, meaning, you divide them, how you start preparing them. Keep going. Oh, back to the Hebrew. Verse 11.
This is Genesis 15:4.
This is 15 and 11.
15 and 11.
And that word in the Hebrew for divided is bathar, which literally means to chop up or to cut in two. So he was literally preparing all these things, to be. He was doing the job of a butcher. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 11. Wayarad, Ayat, Io, Apagaryam, Wayashab, Atham, Abaram.
That pagarium is carcasses. We talk about now the carcasses of these animals. Keep going.
Verse 12. Wayahaya, Ashamash, Labawa, Batharadama, Lapala, Isle, Abaram, Wahana, Ayamaa, Kashaka, Gadala'a, Lapala, Al-Yawa. Verse 13. Waya Amar, La Abaram, Yada'ai, Lada'ai, Kaya, Gar, Yahaya, Saraika, Va'aratazah, La'ah, Laham, Wa'ibadwam, Wa'inawah, Atham, Arabai, Wa'awath, Shana. Verse 14. Wagam, Af, Hagawayah, Ashar, Yaibadwa, Dan, Anakayah, Walkaria, Khan, Yatazawa, Barakash, Gadawal. Verse 15. Watha, Dabawa'a, Al, Abathika, Bashalawam, Dakwabar, Bashayaba, Tawaba. Verse 16. What a war! Rabaya'aya, Yashawabaiwa, Hanath, Kaya, La'ah, Shalom, Iwav, Amaria, Id, Anah. Verse 17. Wayahaya, Hashamash, Ba'ah, Wa'ilata, Ayah, Wahana, Danawar, Aishan, Walapayad, Ash, Ashar, Ibar, Bayan, Hagazaria, Ha'alah.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 11. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Verse 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an honor of great darkness fell upon him. Verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a certainty that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
And that was a prophecy that came to pass in Egypt, and there's a prophecy that came to pass in America. And it is no coincidence that those two scenarios look almost exactly alike. And it is no coincidence that the scripture prophesied that there would be a modern day Egypt in the end times. Keep going.
Verse 14.
Shout out to this Nas. They can sponsor us if they want. Keep going. Not the Sabbath Ervice. You can sponsor another video about it.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Verse 15. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age.
So the Lord said that nation whom they shall serve. Salaki?
Oh, no, Salaki, I was thinking of that. But my apologies. Let you know, your Christians know when they say a good old age, you know what I mean? That's when, you know, when they're in the kingdom, they think they're going to just be immortal and just live forever.
Right.
Ever and ever and ever and ever.
Right.
A good old age, you know what I mean? I'm you know, so I die at a good old age, you know what I'm saying? I die at 100, you know what I'm saying, with my babies, with my kids. I watch my babies and my kids grow up to be, you know what I'm saying, respectable men and women.
Right.
That's a good old age, you know what I mean? That's a good old age. Then you pass away, so, you know what I mean? So your kids can take your position. That's all it means. Good
That's a huge blessing to die at a good old age, surrounded by your family. You lived a long life. You ever see, you see people reach
Edomites.
that age.
Edomites.
Yeah, right. You see it happen. You see it happen occasionally. People reach that age.
Hold on. If I may. You see, you know what I mean? You know how we work from Monday, you know what I'm saying? Monday to Friday. That's the general.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, but Esau wanted, you know what I'm saying, when it prolonged it. But Monday to Friday, you got Saturday and Sunday off. You know, those Saturdays, you know what I'm saying, that Saturday and Sunday, you feel, you know what I mean? You relax, you're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's a trust fund kid. That's the Edomite kid. You know how it is, you know what I mean? Like, yo, damn, man. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I'm saying? I got on Saturday and Sunday, but a trust fund kid, every day is Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Every day.
But
that's what he's talking about.
In the scriptures, that's a huge blessing to die in a good old age, surrounded by your family, ready to pass it on, ready to let it go. You had a good life. That's something that we don't see here in this hell. That's something we don't get at all. That's something that you get when you're running the earth. Because the so-called white man is the only one who gets that consistently. You look at any other country, they're afraid of a bomb dropping on them, or they're going to get some type of crazy cancer because their river is filled with nuclear waste.
That's right.
Or something you don't get to. And of course, for our people, we just, we either sprung out on drugs, or we get diabetes, or we get some other type of disease, or we get shot.
The cartel.
Cartel rolls up on you. The cops roll up on us here. Or we end up in, our people end up in prison or in a shelter or something. Or, the roof leaks on our head. Lord knows what. That's what happens. We don't get to die in a good old age in this hell. That's a blessing to be able to do that. And that's what the kingdom is. To be able to have a cycle to where you live out your life, you're ready to pass it on, and you can look out at your family and be proud and be happy with what the Lord has given you. And that's what the Lord told Abram that he was going to have. Keep going.
Verse 16. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Verse 17. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces.
So it came to pass when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. Back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 18. Vayawam, Ahawa'ah, Karaf, Yahweh, Abram, Boryah, La'amar, Lazara'ika, Nathathai, Nathathia, Ha'arataza, Haza'af, Manahar, Matazarium, Ide, Hanahar, Hagadal, Nahar, Haraph. Verse 19. Hakoyanya, Wa'af, Hakonazya, Wa'af, Hakodamanya. Verse 20. Wa'af, Hakathya, Wa'af, Haparazya, Wa'af, Harapayam. Verse 21. Wa'af, Hamaria, Wa'af, Hakanaainya, Wa'af, Hagar Gashya, Wa'af, Hayabawasya. Genesis chapter 16, verse 1. Washarya, Ashah, Abram, La'ah, Yaladah, Yawah, Wala'ah, Shabakah, Matazarayah, Washama'ah, Hagar. Verse 2. Wathamar, Sharayah, Al, Abaram, Hana'ah, Na'ah, Itazaranya, Yahweh, Maladath, Ba'ah, Na'ah, Al, Shapakathya, Awalya, Abanah, Mamana'ah, Yashamai, Abaram, Lakwalal, Sharayah. Verse 3. Wathakwak, Sharayah, Ashah, Abaram, Af, Hagar, Amatazariyah, Shapatha, Makwatazah, Aishara, Shanyam, Lashabath, Abaram, Ba'aratasa, Kana'aim, Batathan, Athah, La'abaram, Ayasha'ah, Lawah, La'ashah.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 18. In the same day, the Most High made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Verse 19. The Canaanites and the Kenizzites and the Cadmonites. Verse 20. And the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Rephaims. Verse 21. And the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Girgashites and the Jebusites.
And this is a reminder that the real extent of our land, of the land that the Lord has promised to us, is far beyond the boundaries of this little bootleg New Jersey that they got over there that they call in the land of Israel. This little sliver like this. That's not what the Lord gave us. The Lord gave us a huge swath of the Middle East. How you gonna give blessings and say your seed shall be as the sand of the sea, and then say, here goes your land? That's not what the Lord blessed us with. The Lord blessed us with dominion over the earth. And if you really go deep into the scriptures, you find that our land was a huge, huge portion of the Middle East, or what they call the Middle East today. But it goes far beyond the boundaries of what they show you on, CNN. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 16, verse 1. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. Verse 2. And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, the Most High hath restrained thee from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her.
So this sister wanted her husband to have a child, wanted this family to grow so badly that she didn't even hesitate in giving her handmaid to her husband. That's called selflessness. That's called love. You think one of these hoes today would do something like that? Never. Never. Not in a million years. They would rather you die childless. They would rather themselves die barren, and they in their mind it'll be a romance story, between you and them, and y'all just be the two of y'all. They don't care about your masculine feelings or instincts to carry on your family. And this is not to say anything. Look, for any brothers out there who don't want to, have a woman and bear children, that's a blessing, because you don't have to deal with these selfish harlots out there today. So, more power to you. And that's what Paul said. You're doing a good thing. But if you do have a woman, of course, you naturally want to have children. So if your wife couldn't, then in these times, she would have enough love to say, take someone else and have children. And that's what Sarai did. Keep going.
Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. Verse 3. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife.
And so she gave Hagar, her maid, after 10 years living in Canaan, and Sarai couldn't have any children. She gave her handmaid to Abram to be his wife. Yes, that's simple. Back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 16, verse 4. Wayaba'a al Hagar Wathahar Wathara'ah Kaya Haratha Wathakwal Kabaratha Ba'ayanya. Verse 5. Watha Amar Sharaya Al Abaram Amasya Kamasya Al Yaka Anakaya Nathaya Shapakafya Bak Yakwa Bayakwaka Wathara'ah Kaya Haratha Wakwal Bayanya Yashapat Yahawa Bayanya Wabayanyaka. Verse 6. Waya Amar Abaram Al Sharaya Hana Shapakathya Shapakathka Bayadaka Aishaya Ba'a.
Which that Shapakathka is the word for handmaid, maid servant, bondmaid, and that's all these distinctions are. Remember, whenever we because some people get caught up on words like concubine, handmaid, but these are all just describing the woman's situation. But the word for wife in Hebrew is still just the word for woman. Wife is not a title, it's just your woman is your wife. So these words don't make a distinction, because that's not our culture. Our culture is your woman is your wife. That's it. There's no distinctions. Keep going.
That's right. So if I may, I know you were speaking enough. So just remember in Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, when a woman is betrothed to a man, even though they courted, that's that man's wife.
Right.
Look at it as that's that man's wife. Because in our culture, he was talking to her. How you started, why did you start talking to her? And that's to let you know you got a spirit of adultery on you. That
Right.
spirit. So,
And that's what Christ said. If you even lust after a woman that belongs to another man, and talking to a woman, she belongs to him. Because that man has the right at that point to decide whether or not he's going to keep her. And of course, the woman had a say in it too, you know. But the point is, they're dealing with each other. Anytime that a man and a woman are dealing with each other on any level, you respect that. That's how you don't have chaos in a culture. That's how you don't have, you know, swords being drawn on each other, because that's what leads to that. That's why you see that every day out there. Every day you open up the newspaper or turn on the live local news, you're gonna see a story of somebody losing their life over a woman. What was it just the other day, right? Somewhere in Jamaica, Queens. I just saw a clip of a shooting in a bodega where you just see on the surveillance footage, you see the brother walk in and confront two other brothers that's standing in there. Apparently the backstory was his woman came in to get something. They tried to holler at her. She came back, told him. He came in to confront them. He was ready to fight. And one of them just pulled the gun on him and shot him right there. And that's terrible. But that's how it goes when you don't have no sense of respect. Because them two dudes, not only did they not respect his woman, but they didn't even respect him coming in to defend her. Because damn, the least you could do is, oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know she was with somebody. I didn't know that was your woman. That's all it would have took. But now you're going to shoot the brother? That's crazy. It was two of them. It was two of them standing there, and they couldn't even just jump him. God damn. You holler at his woman. He come in to defend his woman. You couldn't even just jump him? God damn, you had to pull out a gun and shoot him? That's how bad things are. That's how bad the state of our people is. And this goes on all throughout the Western Hemisphere. Everywhere where our people is at, this is happening. That's why our culture made it a very, very serious thing to respect another man's woman. That's the bare bone foundation of having a culture that lives in brotherhood and harmony and community. Keep going.
Right.
Salaki.
Even though we don't even know him.
Right.
I mean, we don't know him. You know what I mean? Like if I may, like the Passover. There's no married women in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? That incident happened to the hotel.
Right.
There were married women out there. But her husband was protecting somebody else's wife.
Right.
So you mean that?
And that's a nation.
This ain't no respect of a person. This is just what our culture is. So. Right.
Ramakan. Hatawa. Bayanyaka. Wathaina. Sharia. Wathabarak. Mapanya. Genesis chapter 16, verse 7. Wayamataza'a. Mala'a. Yahweh. Al. Ayan. Hamayam. Bamadabar. Al. Ayan. Badarak. Shawar. Verse 8. Waya Amar, Hagar, Shapakath, Sharia, Ayah, Bazah, Ba'ath, Wa'ana, Dalakaya, Wathamar, Bapanya, Sharia, Gabarakya, Anakaya, Barakah. Verse 9. Waya Amar, La'ah, Malak, Yahweh, Shawab
This is a reminder, because this is talking about the angel of the Lord, which is Malak Yahweh, and that Malak means messenger. because these angels that may appear in the form of men or whatever else they may appear in, they're just bringing the message of the Most High. Keep going.
Alakan. Gabaraka. Wahata Ainya. Vakaf. Yadya. Verse 10. Waya Amar. La'ach. Mala'ach. Yahweh. Araba'ah. Araba'ah. Af. Saraika. Wala'ah. Yasapar. Marab.
And back to you.
Alakan. Genesis chapter 16, verse 4. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
So even though this was her idea, once she saw it actually happen, once she saw this woman bear Abram the child that she could not, she despised this woman. Keep going.
Verse 5. And Sarai said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Most High judge between me and thee. Verse 6. But Abram said unto Sarai, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. Verse 7.
So to be more clear, it started with Hagar looking down on Sarai, because Hagar now felt that because she bore a child that Sarai could not, that she was better than Sarai. And so now she's like, all right, you're his wife. I was just a handmaid, but now I gave him his firstborn. And so now Sarai is looking back at her like, wait a minute, I just gave you to Abram to do a job. I gave you to Abram for a purpose. Keep going.
Verse 7. And the angel of the Most High.
And then in verse 6, now Abram said back to Sarai after she gave him this report, he said, all right, well, she's still your handmaid. Handle her like you want to handle her. And then when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. So now Sarai said, oh, you want to look at me funny? I'm going to show you who still runs things around here in terms of being the wife. I gave you to my husband. But this, we're not going to play this. Keep on.
Verse 7. And the angel of the Most High found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur.
And like, these are things that you got to visualize, because this is real life. Like, if you living in a house, and you could imagine how Sarai, when it says she dealt harshly with her, she was just making life miserable for her every day. You could imagine. So to the point where she had to flee. Keep going.
Verse 8. And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai.
So Sarai was being so rough with her, she had to flee out into the wilderness. Keep going.
Verse 9. And the angel of the Most High said unto her, return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands.
Mistress meaning the same way that you use master or mistress, because this was Sarai's handmaid. Keep going.
Verse 10. And the angel of the Most High said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude.
And this is the prophecy over Ishmael. Of course, we see that coming past. They are everywhere. Ishmael's descendants have covered half the globe, but in a way where they have dominated half the globe, and they got a blessing. The Lord gave them a certain type of blessing, and they're living that out right now. Keep going. And that is where we're going to end today. We're going to be back here next week in Genesis 16. We're going to keep following what's going on with Abram. We're going to focus. We're going to find out about his son next week. We're going to go into chapter 17. And the Lord continues to break down the blessings that's coming for Abraham. So with that, I imagine up here. Paul, which means horn. Yeah, yum, which means wine.
Yashar Allah, which means to Israel.
Paul, which means horn. And Majim in the room. So, Panya Hapadam, which means stand, turn, and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Badash Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Allah, Taba'ah, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratiza, Hawa, Hayah, Shemayim, Thanuna, Acham, Kalyo, Wasalakna, Tawafna, Kasalakna, Tawafna, Gala'ah, Kaviyano, Manasseh one, Ball. Shana, Mayan, Ra, Taya, Ka, Malakwa, Ha'alaf, Parat, I will love you, Iman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be. Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barak Atah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Lahai. Ratizab Yahweh Wak Yahan. Allah Wak. Asarun. Hakpatazayan. Hakayayal. Wahab Wak. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai. Wada Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Mike. The angels, the Major General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troops, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen that speak against us. Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the Edomites and the nations. Their drug dealers. The court system.
courses,
prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and
the
armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Christianity,
Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit, of any of our people, and seek to stop us, bring swift destruction to all the evil, and stand in the way, and try to stop us, broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief, and the murder. Let your house shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with flying saucers, punish all the heathen who come up against us as we speak our word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of your house, shine. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry, face the front. That concludes the Sabbath service. We're going to be right back next week in Genesis 16th chapter and the 11th verse. With that, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madhu Shabbat, I Madhu Barak,
Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Barak.
Yajimata, dismissed.
Like you said, we're going to start at Genesis chapter 16, verse 11. Genesis 16, 11. The water.